And Wales have come to Italy and surprised a lot of people, but a deserved win for the visitors. Darren Rees-Webb was key, I think.
Yeah, and I think, as I said, Wales, don't think this is a great Welsh team. They've gone to Italy. They were caused a lot of problems for that Italian side, but ultimately they did the basics very, very well, put a lot of pressure on Italy. They'll be delighted with the afternoon's work.
Italy with a lot more thinking to do. Final score in the Stadio Olimpico, Italy 17, Wales 29.
Thank you, John. Well, regrets, I suspect, amongst the Italian camp. Will be across to Twickenham very shortly. Anton Dupont, Mario Toge, amongst the cast waiting to go for the crunch, 4:45 kickoff. Weather is good. We had been told it wouldn't be too hospitable for Marcus Smith-esque rugby, but by all accounts, the weather is good. So that game is on the way. Thoughts, gentlemen, on Italy 17, Wales 29? Darren Cave there said in commentary, Matt, Wales didn't have to do anything particularly spectacular to win this game. Italy seemed to make the majority of the line breaks, especially in that second half.
Yeah, Italy lost that game. Now, they will be shockingly heartbroken about their performance. They gifted a game to Wales, to a poor Wales who were very limited in their plan. Their plan was limited, but they did it well, to give them credit. The kicking game was relentless and accurate. But Italy made so many breaks, created so many opportunities. There's at least 4 tries they left on the park out there, at least 4 tries. And you can't do that against any side in the world and expect to win. And, you know, Robbie said beforehand the pressure of going into the game as favourites, and I think that had something to do with it. There was a panic about their attack rather than a composure, where one more pass or one more, or holding the ball rather than reverting to a kick, they probably would have scored. Now, you can't guarantee that, but that was a bitterly disappointing performance from Italy.
Andrew, we said the Italian skill set had improved dramatically. So I'm sure you've been in the position occasionally where the try line is just there and composure is maybe beyond grasp. What seemed to happen to them when they did so many brilliant things in the Welsh half, and then from 10, 15 metres out, composure did seem to desert them?
Yeah, to be honest, I think their composure and their skill set deserted them even early as well. I just felt like their phase play and their shape, it just didn't look as threatening as it has been. It just didn't look like the Italian side that we've seen over the last few weeks. I'm sure there's something to Matty's point, you know, being the favourites and being more kind of considered in a Six Nations game like that is probably weighed heavily on them, I'm sure. But the freedom that they played with in previous week, to be fair, I think they tried to play with that freedom. They just could not execute. And then to your point, once they made those breaks and created those opportunities, they just couldn't hold on to the ball. I found that game really frustrating, not just because we were wrong, but because Italy, we've just seen so much promise for the last few weeks, and we just didn't see that same Italian side.
Yeah. I mean, let's emphasise you were all wrong spectacularly. Why were you wrong? What was different about that game?
Do you know what? I think
you expected?
We're probably been a little bit too unfair on the Welsh. I thought they had a very good game plan. They won that aerial battle. They defended very well. Their line speed was very good. Put the Italian skills under pressure. Italy did have a huge amount of opportunities, but they just didn't capitalise on them. And we spoke beforehand about them being a little bit too adventurous, and sometimes it might come against them, and I think that happened to them today.
And they scrambled very well as well, Robbie. They got into the Italian passing lanes when they made a break.